Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Melissa.
I'm Patty.
And we are
Efecto podcast.
Welcome back, guys.
Episode 40.
40.
Even though episode 39, you guys only got reels, but we'll get into it, but it was a little glitch, but this is officially episode 40.
Yes.
Like, what?
It's crazy.
I know.
Like, literally episode 40.
That's weird. And literally it's almost been a year, since like we ever recorded our first episode.
Yeah.
We recorded our first episode on December 18th.
Damn, that's crazy.
Of last year.
Yeah. That's literally next week.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy pants.
But welcome back, guys. Like Patty said, I mean, we're sorry, but we hope you guys enjoyed the reels. Yeah. And if you went on YouTube and checked out the shorts,
Thank you.
Thank you. And then that was our first time doing it. So even when posting it, I was like, am I doing this right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, thank you guys. It was I'm like, oh, I actually like that. Like, we will be using that a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So definitely check that out. But yeah, guys, well, welcome back. As always, we're just gonna catch up and talk about our week.
No, literally, it's been a week. And this is like a genuine catch up because literally the only like check-ins we've had are in the mornings. Mm-hmm. Like, have a great day. I'm gonna be like back to back.
And that's it.
And literally that's it.
Yeah, so with that, it's been a freaking crazy busy week for me. There was two, did I present twice this week? I think I did present twice this week.
I think you told me you did.
Yeah, so I think, I'm like, what days? On Tuesday, yes. So on Tuesday, I had one presentation, so that was just pretty much me recapping some really cool stuff that we worked on the past month on two different IPs of ours. So that was super cool. It had pretty much, both of them were global. Well, that one was global. The other one was global as well, but it's a little bit different. So guys, like, I hate presenting. Like, I hate like talking in front of a crowd. So I was definitely nervous, and it was my first time not pitching, but my first time presenting for like with this new team. So I was a little bit nervous, and since the beginning they said like, these are your babies, like you're owning them and you're gonna speak to them. So I was like, oh my god. I was like, okay.
You're in the big girl seat, baby girl.
Yeah, so that was like it was interesting. Luckily, again, because I that was my baby, so I was like very comfortable and I knew what I had to say. So it was more like, I know on Monday I wasn't stressing out too much. I did have some talking points and I was going through them, but it was more about just being in front of people. And I thought it was just going to be virtually. So I was like, oh, cool. But it was virtual and in person. I was like, fuck. But luckily those in person, like, I already know. So I was still a little bit more comfortable, but still just knowing the people that were on the call. I was like, oh my God. But it went very well. Got amazing feedback. Everyone was like super proud. The team was proud.
Yes, bitch.
Yeah, so it was good. It was good. So, and I'm just gonna keep on presenting even more. So this is just practice, and luckily I got to do it twice this week, which that's one of the things like my like managers have always told me, and since the beginning, what is the thing that you need the most help on? And I said, presenting in front of people, like that is like, and like it's hard for me. Pitching, it's different because pitching I like to do, but I think it's because I don't know, but it's still like nerve-wracking, but that it comes a little bit easier for me. But when I have to present like the stats and like the business and to the business that everyone knows, that's when I get a little bit scared.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I'm like, I can't
You're
really,
like, they could fact check me.
Yeah, like I can't fuck up because they know what, like they know, you know? Yeah. So I think that's where I get a little bit nervous, where I'm pitching, I'm like, the partner doesn't know, like, you know? But yeah, so that happened on Tuesday, and then from there it was still the whole day was just back to back, but we did have a little team bonding. This month the company does a lot of things to like just give to like the homeless, to women, to foster kids. So we donated a bunch of stuff. We got together, we were like wrapping gifts, we were getting like woman kits together. So this month we just it's a month of giving. So the team just got together. We were wrapping gifts, all just kind of getting to know each other. And just it was a little nice break that one of our big bosses was like, I just want everyone to have a good time, put some music on, and like, let's just do it. So that helped. But then everyone, it kind of took over our lunch / into it. So then everyone just ran to meetings. And I just felt like after that, I was like, damn, I didn't really like get a break. But yeah, so that was that day. And then I had to pitch again midweek. But besides that, it was still just busy. So then I actually, then I had to, present again midweek. And it was a pitch / in-person presentation. This was to 150 people. So same thing. I was very anxious and nervous. But it was also cool because it was to my old team and my old bosses. So after that, they all came to me. Like, we had amazing convo. They were like, we're so proud of you, like, and all of this stuff. So it was really nice. And it's always nice to see the team. We're literally in the same building, but sometimes, like, we work together, but it's quick on meetings, and then I don't see them, so we haven't caught up. So that was really nice. And then, I met some new faces, some people that I had interviewed for my old position, guys.
Oh, I thought it was off. Okay.
I met some new people that I had interviewed for my old position in person for the first time, and then they're there now for a different position, which I'm like very happy about. I'm like, one of me and my friend, we were like, you guys used our pile of yeses because 3 of my top ones are now there for 2 different positions, and then another one. We were like, hold on. But I told HR, it was a little joke. I was like, you guys just use my pile to hire people? And they're like, Melissa, you guys actually did very well. I'm like, well, clearly they're here. But I was like, no, that was cool. But anyways, that was like, it was just back to back, guys. I got home every day, I think around 7:30. And then there was just one day I got home a little bit earlier, but I met my parents at dinner, so that was nice. We went to just go eat at a restaurant. We haven't done that in forever, so I met them there, but I was exhausted because then we got home and it was like 9 because I got to the restaurant at almost 8. So there were so it was just it's been a week, but it's all good for like my development, learning, some fun stuff, and we're almost getting a little break. So we're just,
I know, because you said then next week or like the week after you start get to work from home.
Yeah, the week after I start working from home, the week of the 18th.
Oh, so 2 weeks.
Yeah, the week of the 18th up until the 2nd. Yeah,
that's good though. That's a good work from home
thank
break.
God. It's officially unofficial.
Excuse me, sorry. Those are the best though. Like, for us, it's like the week between Christmas and New Year's where it's like quiet. I'm not taking that week off. I'm just taking like a day, but it's just off the record. Gonna be off. Anyways.
I know.
Anyways.
But how was your week? I know you were busy too.
Yes. The whole week. So on Monday I was supposed to have a walkthrough with an EVP from our home office. He was in town. So last week I was kind of stressing out on like Thursday, Friday, trying to like get my notes together, prep as much as I can. So then when I came in Monday, I like blocked out 2 hours for me to just like review my notes, go. And in the world that I'm in, things change at the drop of a hat. I came in with my to-do list and I was like, basically my entire team was gone that week. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a lighter week. I already had like things I wanted to go over, things for my development, review some notes, like shadow some people. And then literally Monday we get an email and it's like, all hands on deck. You have to spend X amount of money this week. And that's the priority. Even if you're on your trip, like I expect you to work from your hotel, and that is more important than like the activity that needed to get done for the trip. And then I get a text from my manager here, and she's like, the walkthrough has been canceled. The priority is to spend this, so that's the priority for the week. So it went literally from me being super stressed about this walkthrough and like prepping, I felt like a relief. I was like, oh my God, thank God. And I low-key, I feel like I manifested that shit, because in my head I was like, what if they just like, what if it just doesn't happen? Because the EVP was sick last week I was like, oh, maybe he's like not gonna come. And I was like, whatever, no, like it's gonna be good. Like he knows I'm new. It's just like a good opportunity for me. Ended up not happening, and I was like, period. Got my day back. But then I was just like shooting out emails like, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? But it was all good. I was able to make some deals like out in person, which felt really good this week, and it was just like nonstop. Like it felt like I've had a couple weeks like this, but it felt like I was actually like a real like legit in my role, like just like go like
dude. Yeah. Wait, it was just funny that you said that, because I was like, this weekend, the past few weeks, but this week I was like, oh shit, okay,
it's like
this
real.
is what the role is.
Yeah,
Like,
no, literally. And also because I was kind of alone, like my whole team was gone, so it really was on me, and I was just out there like, and I even like kind of impressed myself like, oh, like I do kind of know this. And it also gave me opportunities because at my level there's certain things that technically, just for like financial reasons, I need to partner with someone at a different level. So that opened the door for me to shadow and have other people that I don't necessarily work directly with to shadow me, so then they can kind of see what I'm doing and just get feedback. And that was actually really good. So like Tuesday I was making deals, and then Wednesday I was in the office all day and I was doing some negotiations, and I had someone like shadow me, and even Thursday she shadowed me, and she gave me some really good feedback. And honestly, it was actually very beneficial that she sat in, because if I know her, and I do, she's going to report back. We share the same manager to my manager and be like, Patty did this, she did a really good job, blah 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 blah, and it's just going to benefit me. But to your point, like in what I do, it's truly practice makes perfect, because one of the first things that when I got the feedback from her, she was like, I can still hear your nerves a little bit, but she's like, honestly, she's like, that just comes with time. She's like, you are brand new in your role. Like, she's like, I still get nervous sometimes, but she's like, literally, the more you do it, it just naturally goes away. Because even like the walkthrough, that's technically a presentation, and I get anxious, but like once I'm in it, something takes over, and I kind of black out, and I just like, I'm on. I feel like it's kind of the same thing when my brain goes into like performing mode. Like right before a show, like I would never get nervous when I had to dance in front of people. Like my
also you're
my
like
brain,
truly like passionate about it too.
and I think because
you
I've
like
done
your
the work
too.
Yeah, I think because I did the work to prep.
Yeah.
And I always say this, I'm like, when I'm prepared is when I'm most confident. And that's like something that I'm working on with my team, like when there isn't time to prepare, or like when I get asked something that I wasn't expecting, I couldn't have planned for it, like how do I still like show up and like, I guess, show that I know what I'm talking about.
Dude, that's what happened to me the day before that Wednesday one. We found out the night before.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was on my way from home. I get a call. Melissa, you're going to be at the all hands tomorrow. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, you're going to represent team. We're all going to be there. I was like, wait, what? And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, dude, we just got the note. And yeah, that's how it works.
That's how it happens. But honestly, like in those cases, I've had similar situations, and it's in those moments when it's kind of sink or swim, and it's just a learning opportunity. And when you do well, I feel like it's just like a boost, an ego boost of confidence. And I always tell you this, hold on to that small win. Like little things like this, I hold on to them. Like if I'm ever doubting myself, I will literally be like, oh, because similarly, when I went to Boston for the first time, they were like, oh, we have a presentation. It's about social media. And then I made a comment about TikTok, and they're like, great, Patty's gonna present. And I was like, okay. Literally, I thought it was virtual. Same, it was partly virtual, partly in person. And I'm not from Boston, so I went up there. I was the only one, I mentioned this in a previous episode, like at my level, and I was just like, F it, like, ya estoy aquí, ya que.
Yeah.
And it's always, we always make it worse in our head than it is.
And like
in
you
person.
said, like afterwards, like the feedback was great, and just having a supportive team. And then that, like I mentioned, I've always told them that's where I need more help on. And what Patty just said that they've told her, they're like, it comes with time. I still get nervous. Like, no, you did great. It's just the more you do it, the more it comes, and like it comes naturally. So I'm like, now I'm like, damn, I'm glad I said that. But then I'm like, shit, they're gonna put me to like talk more.
I mean,
but
it's an opportunity.
I asked for it, so there we go.
It's an opportunity, and it's funny because we've mentioned this. We do similar things, but like our job descriptions are still different. But like, there's a lot of overlap. Like, she does pitches, I do I negotiate almost damn near every day. So like
very similar, different business. That's pretty much.
But it's like a lot of overlapping things. So like a lot of it's just like soft skills that we gotta just like drill over and over and over again. And it's like today I was on my way to an appointment, and one of my coworkers, he called me because we have like a weekly touch base at the end of the week just to check in on the week, blah blah blah. And he was like, what did you want to go over today? And I was telling him about like some things that I want to work on for me, because he is very involved in my development. And this is like, he's like two or three levels above where I'm at. So I am very grateful that he's invested in me. And he's also a great like role model, because even at his level, he is constantly learning and working on himself to improve. Like, he's not complacent, and he doesn't come from like, oh, I need to get better, da, da. It's more like a genuine curiosity.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is, because whenever, like, if it's hard to learn something and you psych yourself out too much, or you're like, oh, like, it's work, that's when I feel like it's harder to like let it sink in and like make the puzzle like pieces fall together or whatever. But like when you naturally are just curious and want to genuinely just learn, I feel like it happens so much more naturally, and he does that all the time. So we were talking about that, and he just reiterated, he was like, PG, he's like, you've only been in this role for 8 months. He was like, I've been doing this for 10 years. Like, he was like, if I'm telling you you're doing a great job, like, listen to me. He's like, understand. He's like, I will push you, don't get me wrong, but like also give yourself that like credit that you're doing a good job. And like those opportunities, you also have to think like, for you, like, you're new to that team. You've only been on the team what, 2 months, 3 months, and you're already
and
doing
also
presentations.
same usually at my lower at my level
At my low.
at my level and that role, depending on the team you're like, who you're with, who your team is, who your manager is, you do get those opportunities. But there's other people who are at that same level, their managers or their team, they don't get that opportunity. They're like more gathering the pieces. And like, you know, and the fact that I'm part of like the other side, it's like it's nice to see.
Huge. And honestly, that makes a huge difference in your learning and development, because personally, I learn by doing.
Yeah.
Like, I need to first see it done well or correctly. Like, I need a good example, and then I just mimic, and then I just have to practice. And same. And I think that's just like a good thing to note in any career. Like, you really, and I feel like we've mentioned this overall, like, overarching topic, but like, you can't really compare yourself to someone else, because you can be in the same role, same company, but if you're on depending on your team or whoever you're aligned with, it's gonna look different. Like, even in my, like, at my level, there's probably like a handful of us, maybe like 7 or 8 of us, and every single one of us has different like opportunities. So like, I'm able to do things because that's just how my team works. And literally my team is like, we don't see you as whatever my title is. They're like, we see you as one of us, and we're gonna treat you that way. And I think because they have those expectations, and it's kind of like, okay, this is your piece of the puzzle, like, speak to it.
Yeah. And I've been so fortunate to have that in my both positions, which is what a lot, you know, that got me to this level and this position, I guess, this current role. And then I think going back to that too, I was literally, this week, something that my manager told me, because we were just talking, and it was about this and a lot of stuff that's going on. And she's like, no, Melissa, I don't know what I said, She's like, look, she's like, yes, anybody can do our jobs, but it's the way that you do it and your work ethic and the way that you're handling it that I'm so impressed by. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. And I've heard that, but like, it's like, it's so true. And then I think also to Patty's point, I forgot to tell you, and I'll tell you guys, this week I also enrolled. And so for my like company, they do courses like every other like I guess every like 3 months or every quarter, and then the company will pay for it, and it's just kind of like you're in a 3-hour meeting, but it's like a course. So I signed up for spring and fall. So I'm
good.
yeah, so I'm literally like, and the company pays for it, and she's like, no, you do it. And we know so many of the times I'm talking to my coworkers and they're doing it. My not my manager, but my manager's manager is also taking those same courses, and I was like, wait, I was like, okay, so like if I do it, will you guys approve it? They're like, yes. Like,
are they learning courses, or is it like a technical skill?
It's more technical skills, but it depends what it is. There's some that are like streaming, there's some that are all social, there's some that are like business. So it just depends, and you can do as many as you want as long as your manager approves it. And then there's certain ones, I think, like for spring there's about 4 courses or 5 courses you can choose. Or I will call them courses, but they're like networking, like seminars, I guess, something like that. But yeah, I did that. I was like, and I've had been wanting to do it in the past, but I wasn't able to because of my position. So now I could, and I was like,
take advantage.
Yeah, and I was like,
because
why not?
If anything, it's just gonna
help
add
me.
value, and it's gonna make you stand out. Because if it's something that is offered to so many people, but not everyone takes advantage of it, like it's only gonna help you. Like, it's not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, exactly. And then in this position that I'm currently in, and with like the specific IP, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be beneficial to me because I know like the industry and like the business, but like, I mean, outside of like our company, but I'm like, there's so much more for me to learn. Like every day I'm like learning more, whether it's like Japan, whether it's here. And I'm like, and those like courses are going to teach me that. I'm like, it's only going to, it's only going to come to my benefit. So,
and I think that goes back to the point of when I said curiosity, like that is you being curious and you truly wanting to understand in order to only like just to strengthen your ability as like a member of the team. And it honestly is just going to make you more successful in the end. So like if your company or whatever you do for work, or if you're trying to learn a skill, like take advantage of stuff like that, because you never know what could be out there, because we have something similar, and it's literally just, it's there. You can sign up for any, if you want to learn Excel, if you want to learn like leadership things, if you want, there's just like they call them courses. There's like videos you could watch. It's just like you do whatever. Or like if I tell my manager, oh, I want to work on blah blah blah, do you know if there's any courses I can take? She will literally be like, this is the list, like go through that and start there.
And it also helps you network and meet people from the business that you've never seen before. Like it's like,
or like we even do random like it's not even like about the business, it'll be a random thing. So we do a lot of like I&D, inclusion and diversity. So it'll be like, oh, this month we're gonna talk about like for Hispanic Heritage Month, they had like a thing. I think it was like a call for like an hour and a half, and it was all voluntary. So like you would just like sign on, and then you would just have a conversation. Like there would be a couple slides that like a group would present, but it was more so just a conversation. Like, what are your opinions? Maybe you had to listen to like a podcast or read an article, but and we'd come and discuss. And like in those, you meet different people. And again, we like, my company is global, so like there's people on this call from like Canada, from Italy, other parts of the UK, Australia, like in Hong Kong. So like it's just a good opportunity to show face.
We do the same thing. We call it D&I, but literally that
inclusion and diversity.
They'll send like a podcast or a TED Talk, whatever. Everyone sees it. Then we all jump on a call, have conversations, and all of that. And then I'm part of Unidos. I did that a while ago, but I've only been to 2 events. But that was like, I'm like, for next year, I want to go to more events. Because it's just, it helps. Yeah,
a lot of like our like committees for I&D, like the hub is in home office in Boston. So it's like, it's hard, but I just join like the classes or the seminars, whatever that I can join when my schedule allows me. But yeah, I feel like that's just our tip our
Yeah,
tip,
I
our
know,
tip
all
for
of that
you
to
is
say, guys.
take advantage
Yeah.
of your opportunities, and you'd be surprised at actually how many opportunities are like just laid out in front of you, and
Yeah.
maybe you don't take advantage of them because like you don't know, but like just ask about them. Like, hey, I'm curious to learn more about X. Like,
Just be open.
yeah, like how can I do that? Someone is gonna steer you in the right direction. But yeah, I love how we had that little like tangent on like talking about work. Guys, this is like a passion of mine. Like
You've always said that.
training and development truly
Yeah.
is a passion of mine, and I didn't realize what that was until I started working. But again, like I feel like I've always done this. Like even with you in school, with all of you guys in school, like, oh, I need help with like a paper, I need help with applications, oh, I'm doing this, or just like, I don't know. I just feel like if I go through something, why am I not just going to share it with you so that you can at least be aware of it and just give you like, or if I'm going through shit, I'm like, bro, I just got some tough feedback. This is what happened. Like, FYI, like, keep that shit in the back of your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we also obviously every time we catch up, we talk about work. So that's just a little insight into like we genuinely love what we do, and we're always like so open to it. And yeah, so I think that also just helps.
I had that moment this week where I was like, oh, I love my job right now, because obviously this is the thing. I love what I do, but there's also days where I'm like, oh my god, it just takes a lot out of me, because in my job you have to be on, and people think like, oh, it's not physical labor. When you literally have to be on, like, energy needs to be there. You need to, like, just know things and, like, be flexible. Things change all the time. Like, it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
But overall, the week was good. I literally did Soul Cycle damn near every day. I went Monday through Thursday.
I forgot I went on Monday.
Oh my god, we
Literally
almost died.
forgot I went on Monday, guys.
Bruh, if you're in the LA area and if you've ever taken Chris P's Soul Cycle class, bruh.
But that one was different because I've taken his classes before, and
I almost threw up.
But that one I'm like,
I literally almost threw up.
It was intense,
like
but it was good. But it was
at the end, I literally was like.
Then when we were doing arms, there was a party, like, we made eye contact. I was like, fuck. He's like, I know.
Yeah, every time he would walk to my bike, I'd put my head down. I'm like, do not look at me, sir, because I'm going through it right now.
But it's a great view, so it's okay.
No comment.
Go to his class, guys. Ladies, go to the class.
Oh, the ladies are gonna love him. His music is always so good. The classes we take, I love their music. But literally soul the whole week. And then guys, I think I mentioned this. This was part of episode 39, but it was that's a headache. We're gonna get into that. But my niece, she's 9. She joined like her after school program, like dance team. And they had their first like holiday recital yesterday and today, and I went to go see her today. It was so cute. It was so cute. Their outfits were really cute. The girls actually did a really good job. I have to show you, like, I have a little clip.
Yeah, I want to see.
There's this one move that she does where she like ate that shit up.
Of course.
It was just cute. Like everything else, like they're little, they're still trying to figure it out. Like they're not professionals, but like they did a good job. And then they had like these little girls, like they look like they were 4 years old. So good, so good.
And it goes back to that episode too. Like they're not even they were just doing their thing.
Yeah, they're literally just getting it, and I was like, period, queens. And then I am gonna go. I have another work trip coming up. I'm going to Washington D.C. next week. Woo! Or this week. The
weather is gonna be
this week. It's gonna be in the 40s.
Love that.
And I'm so excited, bitch. That. Literally, I had to order gloves. Yeah. I ordered like a little puffer coat. It literally got here when you picked me up. And then I got a beanie. And then I'm borrowing Sophia's carry-on. I got it from her yesterday.
Good, because I forgot to tell you, I did not have one.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, no, I literally was like, I cannot wait. I need to start packing. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just going to ask Sophia because I knew it was a guarantee. So shout out Sophia for letting me borrow that. But yes, I'm so excited. I leave on Tuesday the 12th. And I come back Thursday the 5th, the 14th. But yeah, I come back on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night. Yeah, but guys, I need to literally start Christmas shopping. I have not done any Christmas shopping. I have a list of people, 10. That's like the minimum, bare minimum.
That's true.
Like, and the way my funds are funding right now is not it.
Yep.
Like, it is not it. I'm a little stressed. I'm kind of a lot of stress.
It's literally here.
Hey guys, okay.
Hi.
So, change of scenery. So, in true El Efecto fashion, we had another tech issue.
Another one.
Another one. Too much storage or not enough storage or some shit. But the good news, we were able to at least transfer the first 30 minutes of this episode to our laptops and edit it. So we're just here to close it out.
So thank you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, follow our social media, and download on Spotify.
And rate us.
We'll see you guys on our next episode.
Bye.